Hello everyone, welcome to a DSP video. This video I'm going to be covering tweets first. I'll post the link to get straight to the weekend preview if you want to get straight there. But I want to go over these tweets and forum posts because they're just fucking insane. I want to get over it. I want to get through that. So if you don't want me to read tweets and all of that, just skip in the link below. I'll put the time stuff and all that so you can just go straight there. All right. So this was during Saturday, his Dark Souls 1 redemption run. And as I said before, I don't really consider this to be a redemption run. He kind of cheesed a lot of the stuff. He isn't playing it as if it's a new playthrough or a first-time playthrough. It doesn't really feel like he's redeeming anything because he still uses Stream Chat, he still looks for help and all this kind of stuff. But Saturday was really the part where a lot of people drew the line because there's this conspiracy theory that I kind of agree with, is that every time he has to blow his nose, he has to be looking at a guide. He has to. I mean, and this kind of proved it to me because, and I've said this as well in Freedom Chat, that I think it's somewhat suspicious that, I've noticed that almost every time he gets to a boss, he's like about to get to a boss, he has to blow his nose. Like, that is very convenient timing. Very convenient. Like, scary convenient. Like, holy shit, dude. This is like, there might be a connection. So, and then when he blows his nose, he goes and he looks at a guide, presumably. So I'm thinking that's what he does. But again, he's not hand-holding, and it's one of those things that, of course, is hard for detractors to prove wrong because we're not in his house. He turns off the camera. He mutes the mic. I mean, the reason why I think he's looking at guides is just that how long it takes him to blow his nose. And the fact that we've heard him blow his nose on camera before. We've seen this, he's done this before. And now, oh, well, I need to turn off the mic because I'm blowing my nose. I mean, it's a little suspicious. But anyways, he tweets during break because this is where a lot of people knew he was, or at least suspected he was cheating, and they just left. A lot of people's proof was this, that he blew his nose, he came back, then he went straight for an elevator. A lot of people was like, that's a little fishy. I don't know if that is that much. I mean, I'm only going off what people say. Like the person that was talking about this, he said that in his playthrough he didn't go to the elevator. He just passed right by it. And then Phil, he blows his nose, and then he magically decides to go on the elevator, which led him to a bonfire. So it's, it is what it is. But he fought a boss, one-shot it, and then people left the stream. Now, the other thing with this boss fight is that he cheesed the boss fight. There was a column, and he kept going around the column. He kept cheesing this boss, as he's been doing the entire playthrough. I knew he would cheese this playthrough. Just watch Dark Souls 3 playthrough. Like, he's just playing it the same way, just cheesing and running past enemies. He's okay, but let's get started with these tweets. So he tweets this right after the break. So I beat the infamously difficult Dark Souls boss in one shot. Over 60 people rage quit the stream. I guess you got some sour grapes, laugh out loud. This is funny coming from him, because this guy gets so salty when you call him a rage quitter. He's willing to name 60 people rage quitters. He's just quick at the draw on that one. He doesn't think that maybe these 60 people left because they didn't feel that this was a true redemption run, that they weren't there for the reasons that he promised. It's stuff like that. Because I could definitely see people, like, during his stream, as soon as I start seeing look at chat and then him starting to cheese enemies, I was like, okay, I don't really have to stick around. Usually when he streams, I stick around because it's genuine. This seemed the least genuine playthrough he has put out in a while. This doesn't come off genuine to me. And then when he says sour grapes, he misused the term sour grapes. Sour grapes isn't, wow, this guy's been doing what I wanted to do. Fuck this, I'm out. That's not what sour grapes is. Sour grapes is, you want a bicycle. There's this bicycle, at a store. And your dad or yourself, you know, through financial reasons or whatever, for whatever reason, you can't get that bicycle. And instead of just, you know, moving on, you will try to rationalize reasons why you don't want that bicycle. Like, oh, that bicycle, the color is wrong, and the brakes are not exactly the way. You know, you'd find bullshit reasons. For example, Phil, when the Switch was announced, before he flip-flopped, he said that, well, I guess I'm playing Zelda on Wii U. Why would I buy it on the Switch? It's probably going to be better on the Wii U. Remember, it's a port on the Switch. Zelda Wii U is a port, so you know you're not going to get that much benefit from playing it on the Switch. Remember that? He said he went through all of these reasons why he doesn't want the Switch anymore. And then as soon as he saw Street Fighter 2, he starts backpedaling. I did a whole video about that, so that's gonna be uploaded eventually. I have to edit something because something came up right after I recorded that video that I want to put in. So there's that. So enjoy. So when that video comes up, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. But yeah, he misused the term sour grapes. He doesn't know what that is apparently. And then capital laugh out loud. Like again, he's jerking himself off. But again, he goes here. Then this happens. I'm happy people are watching. I'm not happy they're sitting here whining like babies. I'm happy people are watching. I'm not happy they're sitting here whining like babies. Phil, they're complaining because you're not giving them what they promised. He kept looking at Stream Chat. He says, well, guys, Stream Chat says this. It's so fucking clear he's looking at help. He's getting his hand held so hard. I really am dumbfounded when people try to defend that. When they're trying to defend Phil looking at Stream Chat and cheesing, it's like, this isn't the point of the playthrough. And, you know, it's so dumb that he's getting so butthurt that people are not having it anymore. Like, oh, guys, let me get away with this. Let me just do this. And, you know, you have no right to complain, even though I said I'll play this game in this particular way. I mean, it's like me saying, well, I'll play Street Fighter 5 getting nothing but perfects. Okay? I guarantee I'll get nothing but perfects. And then I play the game. I'm like, I'll get sometimes perfect, guys. I know, you know, I'm only human. I know I promised to get perfects, and I'm gonna give them to you, but you know, it's just bullshit. Then, no, it's not even that. That doesn't work. Let's say it's like I say, oh guys, I'm gonna play Street Fighter 5. I'll get very salty. I'll get very angry. I'm gonna be like, fucking, this is good. You're gonna see the most angry side of me, and then you're like, oh, cool, it's gonna be fucking insane. Then you watch me play Street Fighter 5. And I'm just like, you know, not salty. I'm just like, oh, wow, dude, this sucks. Okay, whatever. And then people start getting angry at me. It's like, Theo, you said you were going to get salty. Why aren't you salty? You see, it's like, if I promise a certain playthrough, and I don't deliver what I promise, guess what? People are going to be mad. And people are upset that he isn't delivering what he promised. But here we go. Seraphic says, You wouldn't be this defensive if you actually feel that weapon is legit. You killed Ornstein in 5 hits. Exactly. You wouldn't be this defensive if you actually feel the weapon is legit. Exactly. He's so defensive because, oh, excuse me, because he's tired of people saying that he's cheesing the game with that weapon, and he is cheesing the game with that weapon. It's completely OP, and the defense he comes up to defend it is very lazy. It's a very lazy defense that he musters. But let's continue. Then he says to that person, I mean, fuck, look at yourselves, grow up, laugh out loud. He's telling his own viewers to grow up, even though he's the one also throwing hissy fits about his viewers throwing hissy fits. You can't really complain when your viewer base acts immature when you act immature as well. It's like if I start criticizing Tevin for doing these kind of videos, it wouldn't really make sense. It's like, well, Theo, you're doing the same kind of video, yeah. You know, like, obviously I'm not going to criticize Tevin for doing the same thing I'm doing. The only thing I would probably defend myself would be is a lot of dumb arguments that I see in the comment section half the time, but whatever, let's continue. Then this guy says, imagine how much fun it would be if you were using a different weapon. Exactly, and that's the other thing, like, a lot of streamers, a lot of people who play games, they like to mix up their weapons. Like, there's no benefit of keeping the same weapon all the time for the viewers because they'll just get bored. Like, people like watching Dark Souls because it's a challenge. If you're not seeing a gamer being challenged, they're not going to stick around. And whatever. So let's continue. The cool thing about Dark Souls Run is I've now gotten to the second half of the game, and everything will feel more without hand-holding. No, he's still having the hand-holding. I really think that's fucking bullshit that when he said that. So now we get to these forum posts. Now, I don't know if this is going to capture very well, and I apologize, but I'm reading them, so. And Dragon Killer posted them like, these are old posts anyway, so you can kind of read them there. Sadly, there's a large group of moronic people out there who, for some reason, thought this first legit run would be just as filled with fail as the first one. Oh, man. Yeah, not like someone told them, oh, man, you guys are going to see me fail and rage and this and that. No one said that, right? That's completely stupid, considering I've had 4+ years of experience with every other game in the series under my belt, and I'm remembering tons of stuff from my first run as well. Yeah, that he's kind of right about the last part. He is remembering a lot of stuff. I mean, the whole commentary so far of his Dark Souls 1 playthrough is, remember this? Oh, I'm starting to remember that. Wow, remember this? Remember? Oh, look, a bonfire. Remember this? Oh, look at this weapon. Stupid viewers. Wow, look at this. Oh, remember in Dark Souls 3? Oh, remember this? Remember that? Yeah, okay. And you know what? The more I'm thinking about it, I think part of the reason why he wanted to do the Dark Souls 1 playthrough is I think he wanted to invigorate people to watch his older videos so he gets more money. But that's a small little conspiracy theory because, I mean, think about it. You're watching him play Dark Souls 1 again. Guess what you're going to want to watch after that? Just my opinion. But let's continue. Also, the fact that Smog and Ornstein, sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names, were beaten for me in the first run. Yeah, they were still kind of beaten for you. The weapon did all the work, and the cheese also helped you. So you didn't really do anything. And that I one-shotted them in the second run really got people's jimmies rattled. Oh, jimmies, dude. He's so hip with the cool kids, dude. He said jimmies rattled because, oh, man, that's what the kids say, right? Jimmies? Woohoo. Man, he knows what the kids want, dude. I guess since so many people had insane nightmares of a time... What? I guess since so many people had insane nightmares of a time beating them... They think it's unfair or something that I've never had an issue. The first run, you had a point. This one, nope. It was a combo of high damage, the luck of the BKH drop, yeah, okay. Some people have said in my comment section that drop wasn't as much as random as he likes to say it is. And again, I haven't played Dark Souls 1, so I don't really know how true that is. But if it's really not as random as he's saying it is, yeah. And my skill that allowed me to win. Skill. Remember when, and also I love that, oh, people were saying that this is my first playthrough. Remember when he lambasted everyone that said this is your third playthrough? Remember that? And now he's going back to well, this isn't my first playthrough. Wow. I'm surprised no one has ever brought that up to him. Actually, I mean, part of me is just now thinking of it because he's making that argument now. He always said that, oh, this is basically my first run because my first real run, dude. My first real run. And now he's like, no. See, this isn't my first run. See, I played this game before. So then it's like, you just admitted that this is your third run of the game. The thing that you said it wasn't for the longest fucking time, but now it's that? Okay. And let's even look at this. This allowed me to win. The high damage, the luck of this, whoever dropped, regardless if it's luck or not. He just said it allowed him to win. It allowed him to win. The skill is this. the skill being the last part and him capitalizing it kind of shows to me that he's very insecure about his own skill. Because if you're very confident that it's your own skill that got you that far, he doesn't have to say all this stuff. He could have said, "Well, I'm much better at the game now because I've learned Dark Souls and all of this stuff, and I got this high damage weapon and I know how to use it or whatever." But whatever. I actually just you watch and there were tons of times where I could have died, but either dodged properly or made great decisions so that people can suck it. Okay, you know what? I want you guys to fucking look back in this particular run. Look at a lot of the bosses he fought before that, the ones that he raided at the most. Do you think he's capable of properly dodging? Come on. Come on. He shat on hitboxes, he shat on frame rate, he had all these excuses lined up for all these other bosses. And then the one time he one-shots the boss, now he dodged properly and he makes such great decisions, but when he gets bodied by a boss enemy, it's the game's fault. It's the frames, dude. No. He won't, so like it's the game when it doesn't benefit him, but when it benefits him to win, it's not that the AI was glitched around a pillar or that he cheesed the game. No. It's because he has skill. Yeah. Okay, Phil. Okay, Phil. Uh-huh. So, a little side note, we're gonna go, this is a little break, this is a little breather, buffer zone, filler time, baby. Our Philly boy here got new health insurance, dude. New health insurance. U.S. health insurance companies used to send your coverage ID card in the mail. I just found out I had to request one myself. What the hell? I just recently got myself healthcare, and I was able to get my ID in the mail. Like, I didn't have to do anything special for it. I bought it, and then they mailed it to me. I don't know. Whatever. But then, here we go. So, health insurance premiums are sky high, coverage overall is awful, and we have special request basic ID cards to give to the doctor. Seriously, I've been sitting here for 2 weeks wondering where my health insurance card is. The system is far worse than broken. The thing is, I'm very curious to see what health coverage he got, because I looked at the coverages that were allotted to me, that I looked at, and I was like, okay, I wonder which one's good. And I really looked at what they offered. You really have to look at what each health coverage offers. You have to look at what you're getting. You have to look at the price. There's a lot of stuff to look into, and you have to know the company. You have to look at the company and you have to see if it's refutable, if it's up in the up and up, and all this kind of stuff. You really have to look. You really have to do your research, because you also have to consider that if you're, let's say, God forbid, you have to go to the hospital. You're like, got into a car accident or whatever, you go to the hospital. You have to find a health coverage plan that will cover the cost of the hospital. Like, if you stay the night, that costs a lot of money. And a lot of the times, the health insurance won't cover every night. They might cover, one night they'll cover or something. But if you have to be there for 5 nights, you have to find one that has a good plan and all that. It's very complicated. I do wish they streamlined it a little bit more, but as in the famous words of DSP, it is what it is. You have to make do with what God gives you. Life sends you lemons, you make lemonade. So we get to this forum post. I think this still has to do with Dark Souls, I think. So it is what it is. So let's read this. At this point, I'm not sure which boss battle to look forward to. Nito, Seath, Gwen. I already have a pretty good idea how it's all going to turn out. Even the 4 kings will be pushovers, since he can deal high damage quickly before getting overwhelmed by all of them at once. So Phil says, if memory serves, Nito and Seath are piss easy. If you know what I mean. I was going to say, if you know what I mean. If you know what to do, i.e. move to a position they can't hit you and wheel on them. Oh my god, dude. Right there is cheese, dude. Right there, he admits to cheese tactics. Just exploit the wall, dude. move to a position where they get stuck and then wail on them, dude. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the best strategy, dude. That's not good strategy. That's just you cheesing the game. GG. Shit, most of the bosses in the entire From Software lineup are like that. I don't foresee much trouble with many of the remaining bosses at all. Yeah, because you're fucking cheesing the game. I don't remember the Witch of Lizalith fight, whatever. But outside of the Bed of Chaos, which is completely unfair, I don't see how any of the upcoming bosses would have been much trouble regardless. Gwen, yeah, is a completely gruelingly tough fight, and I remember summoning the first time, so I guess we'll see how it goes. He's gonna fucking cheese, I guarantee it. The real payoff of the playthrough, in my opinion, isn't the bosses. It's the stage, level design. It's genius. See how the traps and stuff pan out? Shit, trying to run through stuff I've passed 10 times already and is still randomly killing me. Randomly killing. So when the game kills him, it's randomly killing him. But when he kills the boss, oh no, it's skill, dude. Fucking skill. Don't fucking question it. It's not that he wins with the weapon he got by randomly. No. I mean, him finding the weapon randomly makes it legit, but the game randomly killing him, that's not legit, dude. That's kind of the thrill of the game for me. Honestly, not to see me get my ass hammered by a boss, but to try and figure out how to survive the maze of death that they created. The game is meant to get your ass handed to you. Like you're supposed to get slammed by Dark Souls. That's the whole fucking point of the game. That's why people like it, because of how challenging it is. Not, ooh, the mazes, dude. I mean, that stuff is cool and all. I mean, I'm sure people like that too. I'm just saying. I think the challenge is the most appeal. This guy says, I just can't say that 131 deaths is ridiculously low either. I saw some people even complaining that was very high for a redemption. It's a whatever death count, in my opinion. I don't really know if that is too high or too low. I just think that's a whatever death count, in my opinion. I mean, if he was playing like Dead Rising 4 and he got that much, I'd be laughing my ass off right now. Then Phil says, it is high, but anyone who's actually watched the playthrough instead of just hearing, Phil got over 100 deaths so far, would know why. I am actively searching everywhere. Yeah, okay. Cheesing everywhere. Fighting every optional enemy to grind for souls. He's grinding. He's grinding on camera, by the way. That's what this is. He's expanding the playthrough way too long, and I think he's doing that on purpose to like fill time, because again, Dark Souls 1 is the only playthrough that he's getting a lot of fucking views. You don't think he's gonna milk that view money? No, he's gonna fucking extend this playthrough as long as he can. He wants his gravy train to last for a very long time, until RE7 comes out, guys. Fighting every optional enemy, again to grind. I come across, with the exception of one boss, which I legitimately beat my first run though, and is completely optional. Wait, so he's not fighting that boss? He completely skipped it? Wow, what a fucking redemption run this turned out to be. He's skipping a boss. Like, well, I beat it in the other run, so it's fine. You beat the game as well in the other ones, so why are you playing it again? I don't know. Taking on the toughest enemy waves in the game. Okay. Pit of Onyx Demons and says Fortress anyone? Okay. Which most people skip. I'm trying to get every ounce of juice out of this game. Every ounce of views of this game. Because I know this is going to be my final run in it. Okay. And I want to experience everything before I rate it off my bucket list. This was on his bucket list, to cheese the game. Fucking wow. Sure, I could have just did what was necessary in order to progress in the obvious order, etc., but that wouldn't have been nearly as fun in my opinion. So it wouldn't be fun to fight the boss that like fucking slammed your ass? Okay. Alright. Let's read this. Then Captain Power says, except he's not doing good. He just has a stupidly OP weapon. Proof? Watch any of the videos from before he had it. He's not good at all at the game. Captain Power, you're seeing a ban in your future, dude. You mean where I was doing well overall, but was losing a ton to easy bosses because I had such low DPS output? Capra Demon would have died first run if I wasn't using the awful starter weapons. Again, you're supposed to be having this challenge. That's why he was so hard for you, Phil, because you didn't have a baby weapon with you. You had weapons that the game gave you. You could have found, weapons with better stats, but you didn't have to find one that held your hand this hard. But okay. You may say I'm not good at the game, but I'm certainly not bad at this point either. You're not good. I agree with you there. Bad. Well, I beat the blue Drake when my spear was doing nearly no damage. Okay, so then why not just use whatever? Beat the Dark Knights when most people skip them at that level. Beat the gapping dragon easily, but it took forever because my weapon did nearly no damage. So in other words, to be good at Dark Souls, you need to purposely ignore the good weapons in the game, even if they drop randomly, as they're supposed to, and only play the entirety of the game with the worst weapons, or else you say, you're not good, you're OP. So, sir, it's official, you're a moron. Good day to you. And KG is correct. Gwen basically requires you to parry, so, okay. So let's look at the last part. This is where it gets juicy. Everything else is kind of fill or content, dude. So yes, it's in order for him to be good, exactly, he needs to use balanced weapons. To use an OP weapon cheats the game of any difficulty, robs it, and you're using a cheesy weapon. You can't fucking say, oh, this is legitimate, dude. And the whole point is a redemption run. You're trying to prove that you can handle the game. Did Phil have an OP weapon in Dark Souls 3? I don't remember. I don't think he did. If he didn't, then he could have just, this doesn't really shit. And that's true. You're not good. You're OP. Yeah, you're not good. You're OP. If you were any good, you would not need an OP weapon. Because when I'm playing Peace Walker, for example, I played Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 5 multiple times. Okay. I have god weapons. I mean, I have weapons that can trank enemies in one hit. I don't have to try. When I'm playing these games. So I go out of my way. I lower either the gun rank, so it's like nothing, or it's like level 1, or I just start the game again fresh because then I'm starting from the ground up. See how that's fair? It's like I'm trying to play the game with more challenge. I could easily beat the game at that point with these cheesy weapons that I have, that I got from the game, or these cheesy tactics that you can find in Metal Gear, but I'm not exploiting it. Like, I could easily grind to get the easy gun in Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, you can get the easy gun, which is an infinite tranquilizer with an infinite ammo, infinite suppressor. So I could cheese and grind to get that weapon, and then be like, okay guys, I'm doing my Snake Eater redemption run. And then I use the easy gun the whole time. Like, oh, it's legitimate, dude, I earned it. It's like, yeah, no, you are OP. You're not good at the game. If you were any good, you would not need this OP weapon. If you had any respect or dignity for the game, you would be using another weapon. Like, you're just too scared to do it because you're afraid of getting angry when you promised this game that you whatever. So let's continue. So then this guy says, "Good to hear that you're getting the hang of the game and getting into it. Then there should be no problem as well for you to play and beat the Bloodborne DLC." The Bloodborne DLC. It's basically the same series that offers the same kind of experience. Yeah, it's gone. No. I've only addressed this both here on the forums, on pre-streams, and various other videos. Give up. It's not factually possible to happen, but it's factually possible for him to pay nearly $400 to get the Switch day one. That's possible. Paying like $20 to get Bloodborne and re-downloading the DLC and playing the game again, or better yet, downloading a save file or something. Yeah, no, he can't do that. Okay, whatever you say, Phil. We're not gonna watch. This is about the Game of the Year stuff. That's not interested in that. So then we got these three. Oh God, we might look at those twos, but I think that might be the weekend preview. So we get to here. So Worthy Squire says, along with how people are being treated in the stream, if you disagree, if you believe you're going through the game legitimately, then that's all. That's all that matters. Okay, fair enough. He brings up a good point. If Phil thinks this is a legitimate run, even though it's not, in my opinion, then that's fine. He could just move on. He doesn't, and that's the thing. He doesn't really have to address these people who are complaining. He doesn't really have to pay much attention to them. I think the reason why he's getting so bent out of shape is because it's blocking the chat that is holding his hand. Like, he wants to have his hand held, so he's getting upset that he's getting flooded with, oh, you're choosing the game and all this stuff. So he wants that to be gone. So and also, so if a new viewer comes in and they want to give Phil a hand, if that guy sees a lot of people saying this is supposed to be a hand holding, this isn't supposed, no excuses, no hand holding, nothing. Those people are going to be more inclined not to backseat game for Phil. So that's why Phil also wants people to shut up about it, because these new viewers or whoever can just go in and then hold his hand without being yelled at, but it is what it is. You shouldn't be going back and forth with the people on here or in stream chat. Well, at least that's what I think. I think that's why he's been out of shape about people in stream complaining, because I think he's just upset that if newcomers or other viewers see people upset about it, they're gonna not backseat game for him. So there you go. Or here or in stream chat over your weapon choice for days because it projects that you're not so certain that this playthrough is legit yourself. Because it's not. It's not legit. He knows it's not legit. He just won't fucking admit it because he wants that fucking hype. He wants to pretend that it's legit. So that people who watch the playthrough, be it on YouTube or on Twitch, they'll think he's doing it on his own. And they're like, wow, dude, Phil is good at games. Like, he wants to use this to inflate his ego even more. And we'll get into more of that, I guess. But let's see what Philly has to say. Allow me to assure you, I'm 100% certain this playthrough is legit. It's only those who want me to fail and believe that I could never legitimately beat something difficult that think this playthrough is bunk. If you're a Dark Souls elitist, okay, and you have these insanely strict criteria for a legit run, I like that he's saying that insanely strict criteria when he himself brought up this criteria in the video where he's talking about playing Dark Souls again. Remember that fucking video? I remember that fucking video. So, Phil, don't get fucking butthurt when people call you out on and look at your playthrough through your own fucking criteria. So, yeah. Then you probably should just play the game yourself and stay within your own inclusive elitist community. Funny you say that because they're really looking at your playthrough the way that you said your playthrough was going to be and saying, well, look, it's not legit because you said you would do this and you're not doing that. And now that you're telling them to not watch. The people that are watching your playthrough for the reasons you want them to watch for, you're telling them not to come for those reasons. Okay. GG. Then I guess it's just a normal playthrough, not a redemption run. But okay. Don't watch other people's playthroughs of the game just to institute your own BS beliefs. Yeah. See right there. Phil said his own beliefs are BS. So there you go. He admits that his own beliefs are bullshit. And dogmas on them. Don't force my bullshit onto myself, dude. Don't fucking do that, dude. That's like me saying, well, I'm gonna stop doing Phil videos forever, dude. I'm never gonna go back to Phil videos. And then I start doing Phil videos, but I focus on forum posts. So I'm like, look, guys. This is 100% legit. I am not doing Phil videos, okay? I'm not. These are just forum posts. I'm just reading, okay? I'm recording myself reading a forum post. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be like, yeah, Theo, I believe you. Like, no, you're gonna be like, Theo, that's fucking bullshit. You are fucking cheating. So, There you go. That's just as bad as those who are trying to impose their religion on others. Yeah, comparing people who really you're gonna bring religion to this? That's really shitty, in my opinion. I mean, okay, who live their lives by a different mantra. Oh, well, okay, I mean, but compare your fucking playthrough and your own rules to fucking religion. Okay, there's no difference at all between the two. Oh, except one is a playthrough where you're not like living your life this way. You're just like, hey guys, I'm gonna play this game in this way. So there you go. It's gonna be a total redemption run. And then people say you're not doing it the way you're supposed to because you said you do this. You do this playthrough this way, and you're not. That's not the same as, oh, look at this life changing religion. You want to be part of this life changing religion and all this stuff that people live their lives by? No, no, you can't. You can't compare religion to gaming, Phil. I'm sorry, you just fucking can't. I mean, people might do that jokingly. I mean, unless you're being ironic with that, but I don't think you are. But okay. Um, there's no difference at all between the two, except one tends to be quite a little bit more serious, while the other is just fun and games. Okay. As for stream chat, 0 people have been mistreated. No one has been mistreated? Okay. I was Cypherbotter, by the way. I was Cypherbotter on the chat. I got fucking banned for saying, wow, Phil has an OP weapon, and he's complaining about the game being cheap. I got banned for that. Yeah, I got banned for saying that his weapon has his OP, which it is, and I'm saying that he's complaining about the game being cheap, which he was. And I got banned for that. So, according to Phil, I got mistreated badly. And I like it says 0 people have been mistreated. He mistreated Liquid MK. Marl, shout out to him. I'm sorry if you don't like what Liquid MK did. If you are like saying, oh, I went too far with the Nightbot, which I think is whatever. We don't have to get into that in this. I still think it's shitty that he made a command where you type in exclamation mark Liquid MK and then Nightbot says something offensive to Liquid MK. I think that is fucking shit. To be completely honest, because one, it's like it leaves it open for people to be offended. If someone, let's say, someone in Phil's fan community is transgendered. Let's say someone's transgendered and they come in to Phil's chat and they see that command. You think they're gonna be fucking happy with that? I mean, say, oh, he must like being a woman too. Like that's meant to be an insult. Like that part's meant to be insulting. And how would a transgender person react to that? Yeah, you could say, oh, well, there are a bunch of sensitive people out there and this and that. But you know, you really can't poke the bee's nest and then be upset that a bee stung you. That's fucking, yeah. You could say, well, the bees don't have to be so serious. I didn't knock their nest down or something. They didn't die, but the bee's still gonna sting you. Like, okay. Whiny baby, and then it says, nobody's been mistreated. Whiny babies who are constantly spamming the chat with complaints about the illegitimacy of the run. So, nobody's being mistreated, but I'm gonna fucking continually harass people who are giving me their opinions on how I'm running my playthrough. Okay. Are being removed appropriately. Yeah, okay. Sure. People are there to enjoy and watch, not to hear these same elitist, immature, toddler-like naysayers just shit large turds. Okay, I mean that didn't really flow off the tongue very well. Phil, I think you should really read what you type, because when I was reading this, like immature, toddler-like naysayers just shit large turds. I mean, it just kind of whatever turds into the chat all day. If you're streaming, you wouldn't want that being said about you in your own chat, and your viewers wouldn't either. When I play Street Fighter V, when I stream that, a lot of people in Fam chat shit on me. They're like, wow, dude, look at you fucking suck at the game, wow, dude, yeah, they make fun of me. I fucking let it be because it's fucking hilarious. It's really funny to play the game and then getting salty at it, and then like you just roll with the punches. But these people are giving genuine opinions about this playthrough, and he's like getting fucking so bent out of shape. But 0 people have been mistreated. But he doesn't think that maybe these whiny babies are genuine fans of him that might just be criticizing him because they want to hold Phil to his own fucking word. Okay. Okay. Bottom line, if you are butthurt about the redemption run, look in the mirror or to From Software. Oh my god, I fucking hate that he keeps blaming From Software for cheesing the game. So yeah, how dare you, From Software, make a game and then have Phil play it and then then force Phil to cheese the game. How dare you, From Software? Like, are you fucking for real? Like, it's the equivalent of me like riding a bicycle. Me myself taking a stick, putting it right into the wheel of the bicycle, falling down. And it's like, oh, fucking Obama, damn it, he fucking did this to me. It's fucking bullshit. It's not Obama's fault that I put the stick inside the wheel. Like, it just happens that the bicycle is the Dark Souls 1 playthrough. Phil is the one riding the bicycle. The stick is him saying that, oh, it's a redemption run, but looking at you and getting an OP weapon, and then putting the stick right into the wheel, and then yelling that all the people who are complaining about it are and then saying it's From Software's fault. Phil, it's not From Software's fault that you're cheesing the game, it's yours. You chose to use the weapon. You chose to do these cheese tactics. You decided this. From Software had nothing to do with you doing what you're doing. They did not force you to do anything. They didn't force you to grab this weapon. They didn't force you to use this weapon. You could have said, oh, this weapon's OP, but I want it to be a legitimate redemption run. So I'm not going to use this weapon because it's too OP. Like, come on. Hell, I would have allowed him to use that weapon if he strains the boss fight long enough. I would be more willing to let that slide than him just doing it by default. It's so fucking stupid that he's hiding behind blaming the developer about him deciding to use the fucking weapon. Who is responsible? I'm the least culpable. Yeah, it's not like he's the one playing the game, guys. From Software is playing the game. They hacked this game, dude. Of all parties, the run is legit. Deal with it. Keep your sour grapes. Again, that's not how you're supposed to use the term. I think he's a fucking idiot if he doesn't know what sour grapes is, but okay. To yourself. Keep your sour grapes to yourself. Okay. It's almost over anyway. Yeah, the pain's almost over. Fucking shut up. Okay. So then traditional games comes in. I will say, though, I like how you're doing the gameplay on first stream. And then working on the KOGaming series at night for the whole week. Is this how you plan to do it in the future? He should have actually. That's how he should have been handling KOGaming from the start, but he never does. He kind of let that channel become a review channel. Yep, this is accurate. This is actually how I did it for most of 2016 as well. Gameplay streams earlier, anything that isn't gameplay worked on later. While he basically did double streams like the whole month of December. So yeah, okay. So then we get this. This is the last forum post. I know Dragon posted a lot of tweets. We're not gonna do it. So Worthy Squire comes back saying, "Sorry DSP, when you're having the hardest of times in a video game, I'm laughing my ass off. I understand this isn't one of those types of playthroughs, but legitimate or not legitimate, I can assure you that I'm 100% certainly bored with everything in between boss fights and this run of Dark Souls, and will remain absent until you move on." So there goes one viewer, dude. The other one bites the dust. 61 viewers left. I don't know if those 60 people are gone for good, but if it is, then 61. But yeah, that's great. While he's begging for views, that's great. The whole point that he played Dark Souls 1 is to get views, and he's glad that someone is leaving. Okay. Because nobody should have been expecting me to have a crazy hard time. While you fucking hyped the game for giving you a crazy hard time. Okay. Being that I've played the game before and every game in the series from Software, the point of this run was to go back and beat the game legit, which he isn't. Now that I have the basis of knowledge / skill, you could just say I have the basics, but okay. in the series and understand how to use the systems and it to succeed. Yeah, cheesing the game. He knows how to cheese, not to flub through it, failing and raging like the first playthrough. The title, the redemption run itself, pretty much explains that. No, even though he hyped the game to promising fail and detractors to be happy and fans to be happy and all this stuff, like he really I'm convinced that Phil never knows what he's promising when he promises it. I don't think he knows what he says half the time, and what he does promises like this. But it is what it is. I mean, seriously, is there a point here? So I ignore the premise of your redemption run and went to watch it. Realize it's boring to me because you're not failing and raging constantly, so I'm not going to watch the rest. Okay, but no, look. Even when I read Worthy Squire, that's not the fucking point. He never Worthy Squire didn't even say that. The hardest, like, it's not even that. He just said he was bored in the in between parts. He was bored. It has nothing to do with him failing or not. He didn't even even reading that. He didn't even incline that he was upset because of it. He literally just said, "I'm bored," and Phil is addressing the wrong side of the argument. Okay, much like all the stream chatters who are pulling my leg, who aren't, they legitimately think I'm using a guide when I blow my nose because they're simpleton idiots. Yeah, I mean, blowing your nose takes such a long time to blow your nose, right? I mean, I've had a cold too, Phil. I've never had to blow my nose for as long as you blew your nose. And, I would assume that the tissue box is right next to you, right? So what are you doing for so long? Why do you need the face cam to be turned off? How about you keep the face cam on? I mean, but if this is such a big thing, why do you make the idiots look like idiots and keep the face cam on? You can mute the audio, but you can keep the face cam on. I don't know. I mean, why do you think when I go to the bathroom sometimes, if I'm streaming and I have to go to the bathroom, I don't turn off the face cam. The only time I turn off the face cam is honestly if there's personal shit going on. But this guy lives in a house by himself. What personal shit can be happening? But he has to blow his nose. But he has to. Okay, whatever. Your cries of dissent are meaningless. When you go to the movies to see a comedy, do you stand up and protest mid-movie to see that this would have been better if it was an action flick? Yes. That actually literally happens almost all the time. Yeah, I might not protest, I might not make a scene about it, but if a movie is it's like watching. It's like Batman vs. Superman. Let's take that for example. Batman vs. Superman promised Batman vs. Superman. That's the name of the movie. I watched the movie. There really wasn't any Batman vs. Superman until somewhere in the middle, but the rest of the movie wasn't anything that the movie promised, or at least led me to believe. So yes, I would be upset if I went there and I didn't get something that the movie promised that I would get. So how is that meaningless? It's meaningful because I went in with an expectation, and the movie didn't give it to me. Like, I went into Suicide Squad expecting a coherent movie. I did not get a coherent movie. I got a piece of shit. But okay. But okay. I mean, this is this would have been better if it was an action flick. Yeah. That could also work too. I mean, there's been movies that I've watched that I was like, well, this movie could have been better if it was this kind of movie. Like I've seen movies that go to a genre and it's like, well, it would have been better as this, but whatever. You go to McDonald's and complain that that fried chicken would be much better than what they offer on their menu. No, okay, great. People might suggest that they should put fried chicken on the menu. Like people might be suggesting that. You never know. I mean, it's not meaningless to do that. It's just that they do that just in case. Earlier today, which is Sunday, by the way, I, I want to get Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. I have a Wii U. I want to get the Wii U version, obviously, because I'm not made of money. I know my limitations, and part of me is like, I really wish there's a collection, a collector's edition for the Wii U version, because the Switch, they get the soundtrack, they get a carrying case and all that. I'm just like, sitting there. I'm like, I want the soundtrack. I don't want to buy the game on the Switch just to get the soundtrack. I don't want to buy the game 2 times just because I want the soundtrack. Like I just want the soundtrack with the collected. I just want a collected edition for the Wii U. So I made a tweet at Nintendo saying, "Hey, you should make something for the Wii U so they get the soundtrack as well. Like make it a very limited edition or something. I don't know, do something." But I said, I would definitely buy a collected edition if they made it for Wii U. Yeah, Nintendo might ignore that because they're probably doing it this way so they could sell more Switch units. Sure, that's probably the case, but I still tweeted at Nintendo in hopes that maybe some that someone at Nintendo will read it and be like, yeah, we should do that. We should do that. You never know. Some people do listen to fan feedback when someone complains about it, like the Mass Effect 3 ending. If no one complained about it, they probably would not have made DLC to fix the ending. Whatever. Okay, great. Then keep your off-base opinions to yourself and leave the rest leave the rest to us to actually enjoy yourselves. Thanks. See, I just don't get why he was so shady to Worthy Squire. Worthy Squire just literally just asked him, like, "Hey man, your playthrough is boring. I'm bored in between the boss fights, so like there's really nothing keeping me watching." Basically, what he's saying is, "Phil, can you stop fucking stretching the playthrough? Can you stop wasting time with exploration and just fucking just get to the fucking point of the game?" No. Phil has to grind, but instead of just addressing that part of the whole point, he just goes off on this other tangent that the Worthy Squire wasn't talking about. But okay. Alright. Let's see how long I've been talking. It might be a long video, by the way. So, let's get straight to the weekend preview. Whoa. Oh, dude.
Alright, what is going on, everyone? DSP here. Welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, January 15th, 2017. In summary of everything that's been going on.
In summary. That was weird.
I've got good news and bad news, alright? The good news is, this past week, pretty much all of my focus was on 2 main things. Dark Souls, the Redemption Run, and the funniest moments of 2016 Countdown. So the good news is that I have made significant progress in both of those.
And by the way, there was a chat thing, but you don't have to get through that. But he's very salty that people are not watching the funniest moments. I might just do that as a separate video at this point because I think the Twitter stuff took enough time.
Souls, I actually only have 3 main areas left in the game to really explore. Only a few bosses left. So it's actually looking like maybe 2 more major sessions of that. And I may actually wrap it up. Now, there's been some discussion about whether or not I'm going to do the DLC for Dark Souls. And being that it looks like I may actually complete Dark Souls a little bit earlier than I originally thought, that's a consideration. I'll talk about that a little bit in this video, okay? And yes, I did finish the fan-voted funniest moments of 2016 countdown over on KOGaming last week. So those are 2 pieces of very good positive information, okay? The bad news is, you can still hear it in my throat here.
To be fair, I do kind of hear him being sick, but also, he was eating lozenges, which I guess are cough drops, like candy. I can't imagine that being good for your throat. And honestly, I think he's approaching it all wrong because he's been kind of like whatever. He might talk about it in this video, so we'll get into it.
I'm still freaking sick. Now,
Still
I am
freaking
getting
sick.
better every day, okay? I talked about this a little bit last week to try to clarify what has been going on. I've had 2 different colds over the past month. One I caught in December.
Dude.
It was just done and on the edges of me having symptoms. And then I caught another one last week. The good news is this cold has progressed nicely. I went from having bad sinus pain and sore throat to, runny nose, sneezing, to congestion in the nose, and then finally to cough. And now I'm to the point where, I still have a little bit of chest congestion.
Chest congestion.
And yes, I still have throat issues. My throat is still a little swollen. It still hurts. In fact, it hurt really bad this morning. But over the course of today, it's actually been getting better, which is a good thing, all right? So that sucks. It's still been a whole freaking week here, and I'm still sick, right? I'm still going through this, and I'm trying to get over it. So here's the deal. Here's how I'm going to approach this week, because there's a lot going on. There's patron stuff going on, and I have to kind of reshuffle it. As you can hear right now, I'm in no condition to be filming, like, long videos. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if, like, I'm doing gameplay and I talk sporadically. But for me to film, like, a long-ass vlog, like, even this weekend preview, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. There's no way I could do, like, a 30-minute or 20 to 30-minute,
Then why... See, okay, look, I'm going to tell you this right now. Right now. I'm gonna just lay it out there for you guys. If he did a weekend preview where he just said, okay, guys, so that tomorrow I'm going to do this. This week I'm going to play these games. And, that shit, I would not be doing videos. I would not cover the weekend preview. But when he says dumb shit in it, I'm going to do a fucking video because he says a lot of dumb shit. That's fun to react to. So, yeah. If this weekend preview is fucking boring and there's nothing there, I'll probably delete this part of the video. Probably, but I'm probably not going to because it's Phil.
Q&A video for patrons right now. My voice is going to give out or sound nasty halfway through, and they're obviously not going to want that. So here's the deal, all right?
But something is better than nothing, Phil. I know that does sound kind of shitty, but they gave you money. I mean, to be fair, I'll be fair to Phil here. I don't mind that he's rescheduling things. If he's rescheduling your perk for a later date or whatever, that's fine. Just honestly, as long as he does it. I mean, at least he gives you something. Because if he was like, well, guys, I'm sick, I can't do the question, so too bad, dude. Try again next time. Like, that would be shitty. That would be genuinely shitty. But I don't think Phil is that shitty of a person. I mean, unless it's Project 7.
Tonight, right after I finish filming this weekend preview video, I am going to look at all the responses that I got from patrons on Patreon.com this past week. It was a week ago that I sent private messages out to everyone in regards to their perks for the month of December and their December pledges. Anyone who's due a forum upgrade, okay, anyone who's due that kind of stuff that I can do, I'm going to sort that out tonight, send it off to my webmaster within the next day or two.
Webmaster.
Everyone who's owed those kind of perks should have them done, okay? Unfortunately, there are 3 people who I owe private Q&A videos to. And right now, I was going to do them last week, and last week I was sick. I was going to film them tonight, and tonight, as you can hear, as I go on with this video, my voice is getting hoarser and hoarser.
But I thought you were getting better, though.
So it obviously doesn't make sense for me to say, oh, I'm going to do them tonight. They'd be horrible, these videos, okay? Now, the problem here is, next weekend, we've got an event. That's right, 1 week from today, ladies and gentlemen, it is my Twitch and Chill Marathon stream, where supposedly, for 7 hours or so, I'm supposed to be here.
I love how he says, supposedly, I mean, it might not be this, but supposedly, people have been saying that there's a Twitch and Chill this Sunday, and people were saying that it could be 7 hours. Supposedly. Supposedly is not a word you want to use. You want to say, this week, I'm going to be doing a Twitch and Chill event. It'll be 7 hours, and this and that. Not Supposedly. Like, come on.
On stream with you, and I'm going to be playing the kind of games that aren't really made for YouTube playthroughs. They're more for like downtime or more interactive. There's actually been some great suggestions on my kingofhate.com forums from patrons already. Games where they're very interactive with stream chat, where stream chat and or via the internet, people who are watching the stream can submit answers and.
So is he gonna do Telltale games then? Is it like? Whatever.
There's games where I guess they could actually submit obstacles in the game and stuff. Pretty wild, the stuff that I'm hearing is out there. So all that being said, this Twitch and Chill stream is supposed to be a week from today, all right? And I want to do it, but again, it's all depending on my health. So here's the plan for this week, because obviously this health issue has been going on far too freaking long, and I've had enough, all right?
You had enough.
Yesterday, I actually found out that I have the ability to get proof of insurance from my health insurance company. I don't have their little card with all my numbers and everything proving that I have insurance, but supposedly I can print a letter off of their website stating that I have health insurance, all right? If this illness that I have is not clearing up by the middle of this week, I'm going to the doctor, and I don't want to. I actually looked it up, and just to walk into a doctor's office for anything but a yearly physical, because I'm sick, walking into a doctor's office is going to cost me $75.
Then why not schedule a physical? And then you'll go, oh, okay, all right. And then you say, by the way, I'm sick. And I go, oh, okay, dude, we'll see you. You know, and you never know. Just saying.
Any kind of medication is going to cost me at a minimum $35. It could be way more than that.
But like, he has a cold and he's going to the doctor for a cold. Dude, that doctor's gonna laugh his ass off. It's gonna be like, wow, dude, thanks for the joke, dude. Why don't you just go home? Like, dude, I was sick before. Like, I had like crazy shit going on in my life. I had a fever one time when I was a kid. You know, 2-3 years ago I was sick with something, and I didn't go see a fucking doctor. I was like, okay, well, I'll just stay at home, you know, fucking relax, you know, go to bed early. There you go. This guy doesn't go to bed early. He has to watch his anime with his daughter.
Obviously, best case scenario, maybe I'll get over this, and by middle of the week I'll sound much better, and I won't have to go to the doctor. But if I still sound like this on Wednesday, there's no way I can keep going on like this. I've got...
But the price, the money... It's so funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious how he can't keep that straight. Because in December, he was like, oh, $400, $400. Was able to buy the Switch. He was more willing to put that on his credit than to put the doctor on his credit. Apparently, the Switch means more than his own personal life. Okay. But now it's $75 to go to the doctor. I mean, I guess that's because of the insurance. Then, for medications, it could be $30 or $35. And, you know, honestly, if a doctor fucking prescribes the medication, it's gonna be either placebos or it's gonna just be fucking ridiculous. Because there's no reason for him to take medication. There's no reason. He just needs to drink vitamin C. He just needs to fucking relax. And that's it. And I know he might say in this video that he takes supplements. I am always fucking whatever with supplements. I don't really trust them. I would much rather just get it from the source. Like if I want vitamins, I'll just drink orange juice or grapefruit juice, or, you know, whatever. I would much rather get something that's like made from nature than something that's made in a lab, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm very retro in that regard, but whatever, it is what it is.
Too much work to do. We've got new releases next week, Resident Evil 7 and Yakuza, and we got this Twitch and Chill marathon. Everyone wants to see this new stuff. I can't do it if I sound like freaking this. I just can't.
But I thought he was gonna skip Yakuza, and I was like, oh, I can't do that. It sounded like this. While he played all week Dark Souls. Oh, but now he has to put his foot down. He can't go on like this. even though he went on a whole week like this. I mean, he took, what, 1 day off? Oh no, he took 2 days off throughout the Dark Souls 1 playthrough. Wow, dude. Okay, I guess he knows that once he plays Resident Evil 7, his views are gonna, like, fucking tank. Like,
do it, okay? I've been toughing it through all week doing Dark Souls for you, sounding like shit, and I can't put up with it anymore. And it sucks because I really don't have the money to go to the doctor, but I'm going to have to, all right? I just have to. What can I do, right?
not go to the doctor, fucking relax, eat healthy, go to bed early. I don't know. Those are the things that come in my mind that I'm just rattling off. Like, it fucking sucks. And to me, Phil honestly comes off as the kind of guy that would call the ambulance over nothing. Like, if he feels a slight discomfort in his chest, like the slightest, he's like, oh, I'm having a heart attack, I need to call the ambulance. And then they come, and then they check his vitals, they check the BP, they check the pulse, and they're like, it's fucking fine. But whatever.
Here's the rough schedule of what you can expect in the next week, and then I'm going to have an update regarding those patron perks that I can't do right now, all right? Tonight, the weekend preview, and obviously I'm going to do some patron stuff, try to get those patrons their perks as soon as possible. I know there's some patrons that are owed forum upgrades, and you want to nominate games for this Twitch and Chill Marathon. You'll definitely have your upgrades in the next couple of days, so you'll have plenty of time to go to the forums, go to the thread, and post up, okay? No worries. I will see your nominations. This week, for first couple days of the week, what I want to see is how far can I get in Dark Souls? Because what people have said is once you go to the final area of the game, you cannot do the DLC, I guess.
People have said the guy that said no hand-holding redemption run. And this is pissed, that pissed me off a little bit, to be honest. To be fucking honest, because he's supposed to go through this game on his own. Like, look, it's one thing to be like, oh, if you go over here, there's a secret. But to tell him how far he's in the game, really, 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 his chat needs to get fucking slapped in the face, because that's fucking stupid that he knows how far he is in the game. Like, he knows. Really? Okay, get a load of this too.
The name of the DLC is what? Artorias of the Abyss or something like that. The problem is the DLC is expensive. $15 freaking dollars. Seriously.
$15 is the guy who went out of his way to buy the Nintendo Switch and Zelda for the Switch. Now, who knows if he fully on how he pre-ordered Breath of the Wild before, because I assume he pre-ordered Breath of the Wild before it came out, right? He probably pre-ordered it. I wonder if he paid it in full, if he got a refund. How is he doing that? But whatever. I mean, he can afford the Switch, but not a $15 fucking... No. Phil. You could get the fucking DLC. If you are willing to have, like, what, $400 added to your debt, because he's paying with his credit, so whatever charges he has on his credit that he hasn't cleared, it's going to be added on top of that. The same.
$15 for a DLC that's going to add maybe 1 to 2 sessions of gameplay. It's actually not a lot of areas. It's just some pretty challenging fights. And yes, people want to see me do this DLC because they're like, that would be the complete redemption run. You fight the toughest bosses in the game, which are in the DLC. We want to see that. But the point that I've been making to everyone is when I bought Dark Souls on the Xbox 360, it was $20. For this DLC, which is only going to add, a few more hours of gameplay to the playthrough, it's $15. That's...
While he bought 3 games in August. Remember when he bought Scarface, San Andreas, and what was that? Was it Godfather? Was it a Godfather game? I think it was Godfather. Well, anyways, he had 3 games. He bought all 3 of them that day. Oh, but paying $20 for Dark Souls 3 and then paying $15 for the DLC is fucking insane. Okay, Phil. Yeah, sure. Oops.
In my opinion, it's so overpriced. It's ridiculous. That should have been reduced dramatically. When they reduced the price of Dark Souls from $60 down to $20, they should have reduced the price of the DLC from $15 to $5.
By the way, I want you to know, remember this. He's gonna get Street Fighter 2 for the Switch, obviously, because he thinks he's gonna be the fucking best. He thinks he's gonna be the king of the crop. He thinks that, oh, I'm gonna come fucking back, and he's not. It's gonna be a little shit. I guarantee, mark my words, he's gonna shit Nintendo for. He'll find a way. He'll find a reason to fucking shit on Nintendo. Trust me, he's gonna fucking bitch about Nintendo somewhere. And then he's gonna bitch about Capcom for whatever reason. But the other thing that he's not thinking about being a possibility being that he hasn't played Street Fighter 2 in how long? How long? He's gonna get bodied pretty bad. I mean, he might be, decent for the beginning, but I guarantee people are gonna learn that game faster than he is, and he's gonna get fucking salty again. So I'm excited for that, but he's willing to pay money for Street Fighter. That's what I was getting at. That's what the original point was, that he's. Do you really think Street Fighter 2 on the Switch is gonna be cheap? Just ask yourself that. Do you think it's gonna be cheap? No.
But they didn't. I think it's a ripoff. But if the playthrough progresses this week, if my health holds up, and if people really want to see this Artorias Abyss DLC, okay, I will consider doing it this week. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, depends to see how far I get in Dark Souls. I may do it, okay? Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, take a sip. Oh, jeez. Fargo.
So that's the gameplay you can expect this week. The conclusion of Dark Souls, the Redemption Run, and possibly I'll add in the DLC there in the conclusion of Dark Souls, the Redemption Run. If I happen to finish all of that like way early, then if I have a few extra sessions of gameplay before the new releases hit next week, then I will go back to Zelda Ocarina of Time. But as of right now, that playthrough is definitely the back burner.
By the way, he said that, I said I'm not I'm taking a break from Wind Waker, but I'm gonna take it's not dead. It's not over. I guess no one believes me anymore. Like, he said something to the lines of that where he doesn't know why people think Ocarina of Time is dead. They don't know why. He doesn't know. While he drops games a lot of the time this way by saying it's the back burner, and then he just drops it. So yeah, Ocarina is fucking dead. Rip Ocarina, and honestly, he was almost more than halfway through the game. He could really beat that game very quickly. Like, he's very close to the end. Just saying.
Playthrough. Dark Souls have been doing great all month long. I cannot complain. People are watching. They're coming to the streams.
That's why.
Watching the videos on YouTube. I have to keep going with what's working during a dead month like this with no new releases, okay? I'm not saying Ocarina of Time is completely dead. I'm saying that...
But you said that it would be great to balance these two playthroughs. Like, to balance Dark Souls 1 and doing Ocarina of Time. Like, it's cool to balance them. And this kind of goes back to what I said this in my Nintendo video that's going to be uploaded at some point, but it's very fucking risky. Because he gets no views on Nintendo games. He gets shit views. Okay? And he bought the Switch immediately. I don't know, Hunter's gonna get a lot of views. I mean, it could get views. I mean, a lot of people are probably looking for unboxings, which, that used to have a time and place. Like, unboxings used to be a thing on YouTube, but now, does anyone even do them anymore? Like, who really fucking cares anymore? And when they do, and when there's channels that do unboxings, they usually do something that makes it more interesting. Phil isn't interesting, so he's not going to be interesting about it, but whatever.
That's going to be a downtime playthrough.
Rip
And certainly
Zelda.
now that they've got Breath of the Wild has been announced for March 3rd and all of that with the Switch launch, Ocarina of Time doesn't necessarily seem to be the most...
But remember when he played Persona 3, well, kind of played Persona 3, played Persona 4, like, oh, now I can play Persona 5, dude. He did a lot of stuff like that for other games. So I like the face side. That's gonna be oh man, gotta get this one. This one is such a good face. Yeah, like he done playthroughs where it's like, oh well, I'm gonna play this and I'll understand the game more when the real game comes out. It gives me the prior knowledge, dude. And now it's like, well, Breath of the Wild's coming out, so fuck Zelda. Okay.
pertinent playthrough at this point, right? Especially because we know how long the game is. I mean, would I even...
It's not even that long. Ocarina of Time isn't a long... Like, people keep saying how, oh, Ocarina of Time's a long game. It's not a fucking long game. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not short, but it's really not long. It's really not. It's just he makes it long because he does pointless fucking shit. He doesn't have to do half the side quests he does. There's no point. There's really no point. You don't level up. The only thing that he's doing it for is to get heart pieces so he can cheese the fucking final boss. Okay.
time to beat it before Breath of the Wild, I don't know. I still want to do it. I'm not giving up on the playthrough.
It's dead.
Yeah, but I'm just letting you know it's not the main focus. Dark Souls is the main focus for this week. Okay.
This is Ken, by the way.
So that's what you can expect this week. Dark Souls, maybe the Dark Souls DLC, we'll see. And the conclusion of that, and then Zelda if there's time. And then a week from today on Sunday, I want to do my Twitch and Chill marathon, if I can do it, if I'm up to it physically with this sickness, okay?
I was going to say sister.
On the flip side of that, the second half of every night, I'm going to be working on my Game of the Year awards. This starts as early as this Tuesday because I actually worked on it a little bit earlier on Friday night. And that night I took the time to actually do the countdown, figure out it's going to be top 10 best games of the year, plus 5 honorable mentions. It's going to be a 4-part series where each part is going to talk about 3 to 4 different games. So it'll probably be about 10 to 15 minutes rather than, you know, one video that's over an hour long and it's way overly long and no one wants that. Everyone likes digestible videos. Plus, if I do it this way...
Digestible videos, but everyone can do it in one video. Like, at most I see is 2. I never see 4. I never seen people do 4 parts, or even 3 parts, for a fucking countdown. I've never seen that. I've seen 2 parts, at the most, at least 1. Really? Oh, I want to be digestible. It's because he fucking rambles. He fucking rambles in these countdowns. Like, it's fine when you want to, like, kind of, like, explain a little bit why it's this number, or like, oh, you know, this is why I think it's this number, or whatever, but he just rambles and rambles and rambles and talks and talks and talks.
4 parts, it means I can get a part out every night, versus you have to wait all week for the one video, okay? So those should be starting to release, again, depending on my voice. I think probably starting Tuesday night. So you'll probably see part 1 on Tuesday night, part 2 on Wednesday night, part 3 on Thursday night, and then the conclusion probably on Saturday night on KOGaming, okay? The year-end series have been great. The disappointing games of the year countdown, the funniest moments of the year. If you haven't seen them yet, check them out on KOGaming. This will be the final year-end series. And then I can actually get into covering new stuff like Resident Evil 7 and stuff like that. The reviews and stuff will be going up on KOGaming. And
remember when he said he was going to do genre-specific countdowns? Nope, killed. But I like he's hyping up reviews again. Reviews. KOGaming is now a review site. I really don't care. No, I do countdowns, dude. No, it's a fucking review site. I'm sorry, it's not.
Said this, and I'm gonna stick to it. I think what I'm gonna do is a montage series where I take like the best moments of my Dark Souls Redemption run playthrough and do like an abridged version of it. Maybe I could either do like every death, I show every single death that happens in the playthrough, or it could just be like funny moments, because there have been some pretty highlighted funny moments in this playthrough so far. We'll see, but I'm going to decide how I want to do it. But I want to do a montage series of that over on KOGaming, okay?
So he wants to make a, this is like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna guess this, and we're gonna find out if I'm right. I'm 99% sure this is what he's gonna do with this. Because it's a fail montage. It's a fail montage video, by the way. It's gonna be all his fails and funny bits and tricks and shit. Okay, you know the thing that he said that was hurting his business. He's gonna fucking do it for his KOGaming. Okay. What am I getting at? He's either gonna put in the title or in the tags. I'm 99% sure, 100% sure it'll be in the tag. Like, guarantee it'll be in the tags. He's gonna put "This is how you don't play" in the tags. He is. I know he is. There's no fucking doubt in my mind that he's not gonna put that in the fucking tags. It's gonna be in the fucking tags. He's gonna say "This is how you don't play" in the fucking tags. I fucking know it. It might be in the title. It might be. But I'm willing to bet it's in the tags. I'm willing to bet. I'm really positive it's going to be in the fucking tags. I know it. I fucking know it.
But that, of course, that'll be after the year-end series. So really, that's what you can expect this week. Game of the Year awards on KOGaming starting on Tuesday, and Dark Souls all week on DSP Gaming, plus the live streams on Twitch, obviously, of Dark Souls. And if I finish all that up, including the DLC and all that, I'll go and back to Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, like I said, hopefully this clears up. I don't have to go to the doctor. I really don't want to have to go to the doctor, but if I have to, I have to, because I have to be better by next weekend for this marathon, you know? How can I do a 7-hour marathon? Now, worst case scenario, if I'm still bad next weekend, you know, oh my God, the doctor says I have terrible pneumonia, it's going to take, you know, a long time to get rid of it or whatever, I will postpone the marathon, all right, to a date when I know I can do it with my voice. I don't want to do a shitty, half-assed, terrible marathon where I sound awful and no one has any fun. So we'll see. Don't worry. You know, I'll be able to fit it in at some point. It's going to happen. But I'm hoping it could definitely still be on that set date of the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd of January. All right. Now, keep in mind, I already said I'm covering Resident Evil 7. I may play Yakuza 0, okay, coming up next week. I'm thinking of doing a midnight release stream for Resident Evil 7. But again, it all hinges on my health. So let's see how my health improves over the next week, all right? Let's fingers crossed, arms and everything, toes crossed, you know, hair, eyeballs crossed. Ugh, eyeballs crossed. Eyeballs crossed.
I'm not a clown, dude. I'm thinking of capturing that phase, but I don't think it's anything worthwhile.
That I get better. I mean, what else can I do? Every day I'm doing my best. I'm eating healthy. I'm taking supplements. I'm doing freaking saltwater gargling. This morning
there
I took a spoon of
supplements, saltwater gargling. See, I don't think doing saltwater gargling is that great for you. Like, it might work, you know, here and there, but he does these things way too much. He has no sense of moderation. And I've said he's a man of absolutes. A man of absolutes. He doesn't deal with moderation. He's just either all in or all out, dude.
Honey and cinnamon mixed together to try to alleviate my sore throat. I'm doing every possible remedy you can think of, plus over-the-counter medicines, to try to make myself get better.
See, he fucking slams his family for having an addiction, drug, personality, whatever. He said that in his fucking Master of the King. I know he said Master of the King. I promise you. And look who's popping pills every morning. Look who's all this. Like, medication's great and all, but it's, again, moderation. Like, that's why doctors prescribe things. Like, when you deal with over the counter, not over the counter, like, you know, drugs you can just waltz right to CVS and fucking buy. I mean, these aren't things that you should be eating like candy. These things, you know, you're not supposed to be like, oh, okay, oh man, I gotta talk to you, gotta take the medication. Like, you have to leave some time for your fucking body to heal. Like, you can't just be chugging fucking supplements or stuff like that. That's the thing. Like, that's what a lot of, like, he thinks it's all about the immune system and your young body, but if you're not letting your immune system to fucking handle things, if you're like, just having all these artificial things in your system, your immune system is never going to get better. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously, I'm no fucking doctor. I'm not like, oh, I'm a fucking doctor. I know what I'm talking about. But I just don't think doing these medications as often as I think he's doing them is gonna help him at all. I don't know, because like, again, when I was sick, of like, my parents weren't chugging pills in my face. It was like, oh, like, you know, here just take one pill maybe once a day, or, you know, very, you know, keep like, you know, here and there, not like, all right, here's one for breakfast, here's one for dinner, here's one for lunch, here's one for this, here's one for that. No, it's just, you gotta let your body take care of yourself sometimes.
It is what it is. If I gotta go to the doctor, I'll go. All right. So that's really it. The only thing that's in limbo here are these private Q&A videos for patrons, and I apologize. Obviously, share the strain now. After this, I'm basically not going to be talking for the rest of the night because of how bad I sound. You know, my voice is already raspy now. Again, much like the marathon next week, those Q&A videos are going to happen, but they have to wait for me to be able to do an extended length video. I apologize because I know there's 2 or 3 people who they sent me their questions. They want me to make the video. Obviously, you don't want me to make a video like this, right? And sound like shit and just have not good answers because I'm not feeling good. I want to do those for you as soon as I can. I promise you I'll get them for you as soon as I can. This is just, it sucks. It's life. Getting sick is a part of life. It sucks ass. I'm going to get through it, all right? So I'm excited. The last downtime week, really, before new releases, because then we got Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, it's fucking Dark Souls week, dude. And I love that he put fucking DLC in the fucking title. He's not even sure he's gonna do the DLC, but he probably will. He probably fucking will. He won't fucking go back to Zelda. Fucking Dark Souls gets the views.
Yakuza, we've got Neo. We've got For Honor, Sniper Elite. Coming up later in the month, Horizon Zero Dawn in February. So there's so many new releases coming out shortly. We just got to get there. This month's been great with Dark Souls. Now let's hope I can finish strong here and I'll get better and I'll be up to snuff for next week for the new releases. All right. Ugh. Thank you, everyone. Enough of me talking. Let me rest my voice. And once again, thank you to the following December patrons who made the upcoming Twitch and Chill Marathon possible. Peace out, everyone. See you all this week for Dark Souls.
Let's see my evil doppelgangers in the fucking credits, dude. Fucking evil Theo. Jesus, man. He's fucking everywhere. Look at this. I bet he's in the fucking credits. Like, look, we're gonna see my evil doppelganger. He's gonna be like, oh, look at me, Theo. I'm right here. Yeah. Look at all these people, dude. Everyone's like, oh, man. That indie glow. Oh, that's bullshit. I don't see my evil twin, dude. Where is Mouse and Noggins? I wonder where he got that from. Man, dude. Where's my evil doppelganger, man? Yeah, I'd like if he doesn't put this in any order at all. No. Why do that? That makes too much. That makes a little too much sense. Wow, this is very long. I bet all these people want the PC to happen, but it's not gonna fucking happen. Oh, my evil doppelganger is right there, dude. Fucking evil Theo. I bet. You know what? There's my fucking rabbit. My rabbit is fucking taking my money, dude. Fucking know it. Just look at this face. You think this is the face of Mercy? I don't think so. I think she's fucking Yeah, you get that. I'm onto her. I'm onto Cleo, dude. Something fishy going on here. Just saying. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.